will take a look at StockSnap. So let's sign in as an admin. So StockSnap is a project accelerator built for SAP EWM, built on SAP BTP to streamline cutover inventory counting. It delivers fast, validated stock capture through a mobile-friendly UI and an admin portal. So with real-time analytics and customizable fields, StockSnap reduces cutover risk and ensures a smooth EWM go live. So currently, our app consists of two main components: the admin portal and the HST device. So, currently, which you are seeing on your screen is the admin portal, and the HST portal, HST app, I will show later. So the admin portal is designed for managers or administrators to approve entries, to manage entries, etc. While the HST app is used by operators to scan inventory using the handheld terminal device, which can be directly downloaded onto the HST devices. So let's begin with the admin portal. So the first thing what an admin has to do is he has to add new managers who can manage and approve entry. So he can do this by clicking on users option here. So once the admin selects this, he can see a total little analytics like total number of users, active users, the mixture between number of managers and operators. He can search based on user ID, email. He can filter the results to see the number of operators or different types of managers. He also has the option to remove a particular user. So he simply can click on remove and he will be prompted like, does he really wants to revoke the access for that? If he really wants, he can click on remove user and that particular user will be removed from the system. And he no longer will be able to access the admin portal. So the main thing what the admin here has to do is he has to add a particular user. So let's assign the manager to a particular warehouse, say P001, the registered email ID, the user ID for the manager, and the admin has to set a password for him. So all these details, once a particular user is created as a manager, all these login details will be sent to the manager on his registered email ID, which we have given here. So once I click on create user, the manager will get an email with all the login credentials. As you can see, I got the details. This email will consist of all the login details which I need to access the admin portal. So let's sign in as an admin. Sorry, let's sign in as the manager. So I'll put the details which I received on my email. And as you can see, I have signed in as the manager. And if you see on the left side of the screen, the add user option is no longer available. So that particular right is only available with the admin to add a particular user. So a manager won't be able to add an operator or an operator won't be able to add a new manager. That right is only reserved with the admin user. So yeah, the first thing what a manager will see after signing in is the analytics screen. So this analytics screen consists of the list of predefined KPIs which we consider are essential that an organization should have. But these fields or these KPIs are customizable. So a particular organization can have their own list of KPIs which they deem are more important for their warehouse and which makes the decision making process more streamlined for them. So they have the option to see the analytics for different warehouses. By this, they can click on a particular warehouse for which they want to see the analytics. They also have the option to select a date for which date they want to see the analytics. So that helps in decision making, and these real-time features streamlines the process. So moving on to the import screen. So in the import screen, users are required to upload all the master data related to warehouse such as HGO IDs, etc. Here the user can select the specific warehouse for which they want to upload the data. So once he selects the warehouse, he can come here and select the warehouse. He can upload a CSV format. Uh, Here he can click and he can upload the data. So since we have already uploaded the data, we can go and click on view imports to see the imported data. So this is the file which we uploaded and these are the entries in that file. So if the manager also has the option to delete a particular entry if he feels that a particular entry is incorrect, or he can just review it if he wants to check if he uploaded the particular if the uploaded data is correct or not. He also has a little analytics here to see the number of records, etc. He can also filter the results to see based on number of bins or storage type to see how many similar bins are present, etc. Again, if the user has any issues, like if he is facing difficulties and what is the upload format, etc., he can just click on download template, and this template will be downloaded on the manager's local device. So the manager only has to populate this download template with the relevant data, and the rest can be managed by the system. So moving on to the customized screen. So customized screen is the most important screen. So because whatever the manager will set here will be visible onto the HST device. So the manager can, for a particular warehouse, can select the list of UOMs which the warehouse uses. He can also set the field labels. So for example, a warehouse might be using a bin as bin ID, or a handling unit might be referred to as only HU. So the manager has the option to edit these field names. So these particular field names will be visible onto the HST device when the operator is doing the stock count. So this screen is very important so that the entire process is streamlined and there is no confusion related to the name and the list of UMs which the operator has to use. So once all these fields are customized, all the customizations are done and saved, the same changes will be reflected onto the HST device. So now let's move on to the HST device and I'll show you how these customized fields are visible and how the operator can use them to perform the stock counting. So this is the HHT app. So operator will use this app to scan the inventory. So for that he needs to log in first. So the login credentials will be sent to his registered email ID once the admin adds him into the admin portal for a particular warehouse. Then he will receive the email with all these login details and he can use the same details to log in with. So I'll enter the detail. Once the details are verified, then the operator will be able to see the select warehouse screen where he can select the warehouses for which he has the permission to proceed with inventory scanning. So currently is assigned with warehouse P001. So for this warehouse, he can perform inventory scanning. Once he clicks on select warehouse, he has two options, one to start stock take and the other is to view stock take. Once he clicks on start stock take, he can proceed with inventory counting, and view stock take, he can view the scanned entries. So let's click on start stock take. In this page, he will have to enter the bin ID, handling unit, product, batch, quantity, and UOM for a particular stock. So the operator has two options. Either he can manually enter these details or he has a scanning button here. So for now, I will add these details manually. And the red star on the options signify that these fields are mandatory and cannot be changed. And all the terminologies as well as the list of UOMs which you see are configured by the manager on the customized screen, which I showed you in the admin portal. So the same terminologies are maintained here. So there's no difference between the scanned data and the data which is supposed to be shown on the manage entry screen. So I'll enter the details manually for now. So the bin ID is C-01-01, handling unit is 1001704, product is P018, quantity is 60, and UI can be anything. So once you enter all the details, once you click on submit, the particular entry will be saved and can be viewed in the manage entry screen. I'll show you in the admin portal later. So you can only perform this action for the data for the bin IDs which are present or which you imported in the admin portal. So if a bin ID which is not present in the admin portal and you try to upload data for that, it will throw an error because that particular entry is not there in the database. So if the operator wants to see if the particular entry was scanned properly, he can go back and go select the view stock take button. Here he can enter the bin ID 0, 1. Once he does that, he clicks on start. He will be taken to the recently scanned entry. So you can see the bin ID C-001 HU P1000174 product batch UM quantity 60 and the date and time. So by this, like by using this process, he can proceed with the stock count for individual items, and the same entries can be viewed onto the admin portal in the manage entry and view approved screens, which I will show later. So the operator can click on the settings button and he can click on logout if wishes to log out. Once he clicks on logout, he will be prompted to ask, is he sure if he wants to log out? And if he clicks on yes, then he will be taken to the sign in page again. And if he wishes to sign in and start stock count again, he can put his details again and proceed with the stock counting. So that's the entire flow for the HSC device. Next, I'll take you through the admin portal again to show how the manager can manage the entries and export the data in relevant SAP EWM format. So the same flat file can be uploaded. Coming to the manage entry page, so here all the entries which are scanned by the operator will be visible. So the manager can see all the scanned entries by selecting the warehouse. So for particular warehouse, the entries can be seen. The manager also has the option to search a particular entry based on any of the main criteria like bin ID, handling unit, product ID, or batch. So if I type a particular product ID, let's say product 002. So as you can see, the only entry which has this project ID can be seen here. So similarly, this page also has little analytics, can see all the visible records, the selected items, etc. The manager also has the option to edit any of the entries. Let's say if he chooses to edit the product ID name, so he can do that and he can just click on save edits. Once done, the particular changes will be saved and synced with the database. So uh, similarly, the manager also has the option to delete any of the entries if he feels that a particular entry is incorrect, and he can simply do so by clicking on the checkbox and then click on select delete. So that particular entry will be deleted. All the information like let's say quantity, UOM, date, time, and who was the operator can also be seen by the manager. The manager also has the option here, which is the record status. So what does this signify is, let's say for a particular scanning process, the bin ID, handling unit, product ID, and batch were same. That means the particular entry is being repeated. So if the record status is 1, that means the particular entry is a duplicate. So that needs to be taken care of. Similarly, if the record status is 2, signifies there are 2 duplicate entries in the page. So the necessary actions should be taken against it. Coming to the view approved screen, so here the manager can view all the entries which were approved in the previous screen. So here the user can see all the entries which were approved by the manager in the manage entry screen. He can see it for different warehouses. He has a similar option of searching the entries based on any of the criteria. He also has here a little analytics to see the visible records and selected items. He has an option here which is to export the selected entries. So let's say he wants to export it into a normal CSV file. So he can just click on all the entries he wants and he can click on export selected. So all the entries will be downloaded on the local device of the of the manager. These entries will be saved in normal CSV format, not in EWM compatible format. So can be used for the internal process or something. The manager also has an option here to bulk edit. So when we are uploading any document into SAP EWM, certain uh, data is needed, which needs to be added manually by someone later in the Excel file. So we have given them an option to add all these informations here only. So for example, a bin ID requires a stock type, an HUID requires HU type and packaging material, and a product ID requires owner and party entitled to dispose details. All these details can be added here itself for all the warehouse, for handling units, for bins, products, etc. And these data can be saved onto the Excel, and once saved, this file can be downloaded into SAP EWM compatible format and can be directly uploaded to the same. Again, the manager also has the option to delete the selected entries if he feels the particular entry has been incorrectly been approved. So he can simply select the entries for which he wants to delete, and he can do the same. Coming to the export screen, here the manager can export the scanned entries which have been approved by the manager. So he can do so by selecting the warehouse. Then he can select the HU type if he wants to export the details with HU or without HU. He can also select the entries, like if he wants to export all or export delta. Export all will export all the scanned entries and export all the scanned entries and which were approved by the manager, and the export delta will only export the entries which were not previously exported. So once he sets all the criteria, he can click on start export and the file will be downloaded. This file is SAP EWM compatible, so it can directly be uploaded as a flat file. So coming to the settings page, here the manager can see the organization ID, username, email. All these details were sent to the manager's email ID when admin added him as a manager onto the device. He also has the option to reset password. And once his shift is done, or like he wants to log out, he can click on log out and he will be taken to the login screen. Just in case if he wants to sign in again, he will be taken back to the login screen and he can enter his details and sign in again. So that's the complete flow of the admin portal as well as the assisted device.